Roman establishment, 43 AD. Londinium, as it was known in Roman times, was established around 43 AD by the Romans under Emperor Claudius. Situated on the banks of the River Thames, it served as a strategic crossing point and quickly developed into a bustling commercial center. The Romans built roads, walls, and public buildings, laying the foundation for London's future growth and prosperity. Anglo-Saxon period, 5th to 11th century. Following the decline of Roman rule in Britain, London came under the control of the Anglo-Saxons. The city continued to thrive as a trading hub, with evidence of continued settlement and economic activity. The establishment of trade routes and the presence of craftsmen and merchants contributed to its significance within the Kingdom of Essex. Viking invasions, 9th to 11th century. The Viking invasions of the 9th and 10th centuries brought periods of turmoil and instability to London. The city was repeatedly attacked and plundered by Viking raiders, leading to destruction and loss of life. However, London's strategic importance as a trading center meant that it remained a target for Viking incursions. Norman conquest, 1066. The Norman conquest of England in 1066 marked a watershed moment in London's history. William the Conqueror established control over the city, constructing fortifications such as the Tower of London to assert Norman authority. Westminster Abbey was founded, signaling the city's growing religious and political significance. Medieval expansion, 12th to 15th century. London experienced significant growth and expansion during the medieval period. The establishment of guilds, such as the Worshipful Company of Mercers and the Worshipful Company of Grocers, regulated trade and commerce, contributing to the city's prosperity. Markets, fairs, and industries such as textiles and brewing flourished, fueling economic development. The Black Death, 1348 to 1350. The outbreak of the Black Death in the mid-14th century had a devastating impact on London. The bubonic plague spread rapidly, leading to a catastrophic loss of life and a collapse of social order. The city's population was decimated, and it took decades for London to recover from the aftermath of the pandemic. Tudor era, 16th century. The Tudor period ushered in a new era of prosperity and cultural flowering in London. The reigns of Henry VIII and Elizabeth I saw the city emerge as the political and cultural capital of England. The construction of iconic landmarks such as St. Paul's Cathedral and the Royal Exchange reflected London's growing importance as a centre of power and commerce. The Great Fire of London, 1666. The Great Fire of 1666 swept through London, destroying much of the city's medieval infrastructure. Sparked in a bakery in Pudding Lane, the fire raged for several days, consuming thousands of homes and businesses. Despite the devastation, the fire paved the way for the modernization and reconstruction of London under the direction of architect Christopher Wren. Age of Exploration and Empire, 17th to 19th century. London emerged as a global superpower during the Age of Exploration and Empire. The establishment of trading companies, including the East India Company, brought immense wealth and influence to the city. London became the epicenter of international trade, with goods flowing in from all corners of the globe. Industrial Revolution, 18th to 19th century. The Industrial Revolution transformed London into a bustling metropolis. Factories, warehouses, and docks sprung up along the Thames, fueling economic growth and urbanization. The population swelled as rural migrants flocked to the city in search of work, leading to overcrowding and social upheaval. Victorian London, 19th century. The Victorian era saw London undergo rapid expansion and modernization. The construction of grand public buildings, such as the Houses of Parliament and the British Museum, transformed the city's skyline. The advent of the railway revolutionized transportation, connecting London to distant parts of the country and facilitating the movement of goods and people. World Wars, 20th century. London endured significant hardship during both World War I and World War II. The city faced bombing raids, rationing, and social dislocation as it became a target for enemy attacks. The resilience of Londoners and the spirit of solidarity demonstrated during the Blitz underscored the city's indomitable spirit. Post-war reconstruction, 20th century. In the aftermath of World War II, London embarked on a period of reconstruction and renewal. The devastation wrought by the Blitz necessitated the rebuilding of homes, businesses, and infrastructure. New housing estates were constructed to alleviate overcrowding, while the establishment of the National Health Service marked a milestone in public health and social welfare. Cultural revolutions, 20th century. The latter half of the 20th century saw London become a hotbed of cultural innovation and creativity. The swinging 60s brought about a cultural revolution, with London at the forefront of fashion, music, and youth culture. Bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones dominated the airwaves, while fashion icons such as Mary Quant revolutionized the way people dressed. Thames Barrier, 1982. The construction of the Thames Barrier in 1982 was a response to the threat of flooding posed by rising sea levels and storm surges. The barrier, consisting of movable gates spanning the width of the river, protects London from tidal surges and prevents catastrophic flooding. It stands as a testament to London's commitment to environmental sustainability and disaster preparedness. Docklands redevelopment, 1980s to 1990s. The redevelopment of London's Docklands transformed former industrial wastelands into vibrant commercial and residential districts. Canary Wharf emerged as a global financial center, attracting multinational corporations and investment capital. The regeneration of Docklands revitalized the eastern part of the city, contributing to London's status as a leading global metropolis. Devolution and urban governance, 21st century. The establishment of the Greater London Authority in 2000 marked a significant milestone in London's governance. Led by the Mayor of London, the GLA has powers over transport, planning, and economic development, giving London more autonomy in decision-making. Devolution has allowed the city to address local issues and pursue sustainable development initiatives tailored to its unique needs. Olympic Games, 2012. The hosting of the 2012 Olympic Games was a historic moment for London. The city welcomed athletes and visitors from around the world, showcasing its cultural diversity and sporting prowess. The Olympic Park in Stratford, East London, was transformed into a vibrant urban space, leaving a lasting legacy of infrastructure and regeneration for the city. Brexit, 2016. The United Kingdom's decision to leave the European Union in 2016, commonly known as Brexit, has had far-reaching implications for London. As a global financial center and cultural melting pot, London has been deeply affected by the uncertainties surrounding Brexit. The city continues to navigate the challenges and opportunities posed by this historic event, seeking to maintain its position on the world stage while forging new relationships with its European neighbors. COVID-19 pandemic, 2020. The outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 brought unprecedented challenges to London and its residents. The city faced lockdowns, economic disruption, and widespread illness as it grappled with the impact of the virus. However, Londoners demonstrated resilience and solidarity, coming together to support one another and adapt to the new normal. As the city emerges from the pandemic, it faces the task of rebuilding and recovery, charting a course towards a more sustainable and inclusive future.